Okay, hello. What an amazing day. Every day is an amazing day. When you wake up in the morning, think about this. Many people go to sleep at night and they don't wake up in the morning. So if you woke up this morning, feel feel lucky and feel amazing and feel like wow, it's another wonderful adventure, a new day, a new mystery. Right on, right on, right on. I saw a video that Benjamin Torres did about 6'2", so I want to talk a little bit about 6'2". I was motivated by that video. Thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate it. And um, Benjamin right now is on the roof. So that's the second phase of the 6'2", because we know, as Benjamin was telling us, that the 6'2" has three phases of life. Okay, so usually the first phase is really, like you were saying, it's trial and error. Yes, lots of trying and lots of mistakes, lots of errors. But actually, they're not mistakes. They're just things that we should learn. That's how we're learning. That's how we learn. That's how we become the wisdom keepers. That's how people will come to us when we get off the roof, and we'll be able to impact many people. So, oh, by the way, I'm a 6'2" manifestor splenic. So my authority makes decisions really, really quick. So sometimes it can get you in trouble if you don't know. Well, it will always get you in trouble if you make quick decisions without realizing that you're making those decisions, because your spleen is your inner authority. My inner authority is a spleen, so I can have this good intuition, and I can sense danger, which is true. But if you don't know this, then you're just shooting an arrow in the air and you're not getting it anywhere, because you have no idea, or you just to give you an example, I met my wife on a Saturday night. Sunday I proposed to her. 5 weeks later we got married. I have two kids, but 2 kids from it, so it was good. Divorced today, but I wouldn't recommend that, at least not for everybody. Anyway, what I want to talk about is, so anyway, the first part of the first 30 years, life literally kicked the shit out of me. Not that I didn't help it, and I didn't know why. And people told me I'm crazy. I was in and out of jail for, not for major things, but in and out of jail was enough to know that you don't really want to go back to jail. I was married before 30, and that didn't work out. And I've had many different relationships, and that didn't work out. And I had many car accidents. I wrecked many cars. If I'm like Benjamin was saying, if you pass the first 30, right on, right on, right on, means you got another chance. You got a chance for the second phase. So at 30, I felt like I was still on that phase. Life was still kicking the shit out of me. I got married at 32 again, and my 2 children. At about the age of 36, I was living in America, in the United States, with my wife and my child, my son, and then we moved to Israel. Oh, by the way, I don't need to tell you, my name is Moshe. I was born in Israel, and I moved to America at the age of 9. My father moved us, and I thank my father every day for doing that thing for us, because it meant that I didn't have to go to the army, and I didn't have to kill anybody and go to war and stuff like that, because Israel is a war-infested country. So thank you, Dad, again. Thank you very much. Wherever you are, I love you for that. So, at 36, I moved to Israel, and things started to get a little bit better. The first 30 years, I couldn't make any money, nothing. It was just too difficult. Maybe I made some money, but I couldn't hold on to it. I didn't know what to do with it. But maybe most young people don't know anyway. Um, and then at 36, I moved again. I said to Israel. Then I went on the roof without knowing it, because I didn't know anything about human design. I didn't discover human design only after I got off the roof. But then as I look back, I could see all this, how true all this stuff is. It resonated with me. So at the age of, going on the roof after 30, you kind of just want to stay away from everything. You don't want to get involved with too many things. being an actor, I'm an actor, so being an actor, I had to go out there. And I didn't know that I was on one side a hermit, on the other side I'm a role model. I just, went out there and I got in front of the camera, made some movies, did all kinds of stuff that actors do to support their family. Um, at the age just before 50, just before the age of 50, I mean, I got divorced, like 38, 39, and I had another child. So on the way back, on the way to 50, had still hardships, but it was getting much better. I felt much better. I could save a little bit of money, so I saved some money and I moved to China just 1 month before my 50th birthday. One day I went to this ear doctor. He cleared up my ears, and he said, for 50, he wanted to tell me that for his 50th birthday he did something special. He said he went to Rio de Janeiro for a week or 2 weeks and was by himself there with no people to feed, no birthday party, just to go out for himself. He said, 50, you should give yourself a birthday present. So I did. I gave myself a birthday present. I moved to China. And once I got to China, just the first couple of weeks, I didn't speak Chinese, and I still don't speak Chinese. And I was there for 12 years. Not to say it's not a language that you could learn, but anyway. But I know many Chinese words. So I went to China, and after just getting adjusted to China, I started to blossom there. I felt it. I was teaching at the universities. When I was there, the whole time I was there, I had 5,000 students. And in those 5,000 students, I planted seeds. One being a manifestor, which I still didn't know, and being a role model, which I didn't know. Because if you ask my friends, you say, hey, yeah, Moshe is a role model. They would laugh. Drug dealer, doing drugs, accidents, divorces. He's the most unstable person in the world. How the hell could he be a role model? Right on. It's a phase, baby. It's a phase. So in China, things started getting better. I started making some money, and I started not only making money, but I started to save some money. And I was teaching. I never taught with a book because books are not my kind of a thing. I taught from actual life itself because I had lots of experience in life. And so I started teaching my students about different things that they never heard of, all kinds of stuff, because China is a bit, I would say, a bit closed, so then they don't get this kind of stuff. So I was basically doing my manifesting work without really knowing it, that I'm a manifestor, but I knew what I was doing in a sense, because I knew I was planting seeds in people's minds, so I got a really, I don't want to say a large following, because following means you get this ego thing. I mean, but just people were listening and they were interested in what I was saying. And so at the age of 62, I decided to leave China because I had enough of it. It was just too much. It was closing up more and more. I can sense. I know I'm a manifestor, so I know what they say about us, that we can like see 2 steps ahead of most people, which is true, I think. And I saw that China was closing up, so I knew it's time to go. So I just got up. Because of my splenic touch to my body, it tells me something quickly, and I make quick decisions. So I left China at 62. I moved to Chiang Mai in Thailand. I'm an island person, but I didn't know the island that I used to go to every year. It's just an island. You can't live there full time. So I went and I moved to Chiang Mai. I never been to Chiang Mai before, but I knew I was going to love it. So I just made my mind up that I was going to love it. And sure enough, I loved it. I loved that life. It was just an amazing life. It was really nice, very peaceful. And I was basically, for the first time in my life, I was alone, on my own, that I basically took care of myself and only myself. I didn't worry. My children were already big enough that they can take care of themselves, and I was divorced already quite a few times. Actually, I've been married 4 times. I keep trying, but now I realize that being alone and being on my own is the most amazing thing in this world. And so at the age of 62, actually at the age of 63, one of my friends came up to me. It was 1 month after my 63rd birthday. And who he passed away 1 month before his 63rd birthday. He was telling me, Moshe, take the baton and go out and tell the people about human design. And so that's what I've been doing. So when I found out that day, it was August 14th, 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, which I was born on Tuesday. I was born at 2 p.m., but I was born on July 7th, 1955. So I always thought that July 7th, 1955, 7755 is a lucky number, and I would win the lottery. I would win the lottery. Well, that day on August 14th at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, my friend who's a manifestor, a younger guy than me, James Morrison, which is an amazing guy, he told me, he said, let me do your chart. I have a feeling that you're like a manifestor. He just felt it inside. And sure enough, I was a manifestor because he said that I impacted him a lot. He's like a 25-year-old, 26-year-old guy. I love James. He's an amazing guy. He opened up, many young people have opened up my life in different ways, and he's one of them. And I will cherish him for as long as I live, and even longer, because I plan to be here a long, long time. Yeah, the wonderful thing about, so where was I? Oh, yeah. So once I found out, I resonated with it. No problem. I knew, yes, because I looked back at all the things that happened and all the things that I went through in my life, and I realized, wow, this really resonates, And so I've always made quick decisions, and when I did, people told me I'm crazy. Well, now I realize this is the way my mechanism works, and I can't make any other ways. If I make my decision with my mind, it's going to fuck me up totally. So I don't want to even think about that. So I've only been into human design, I shouldn't say only, I've been into human design for August now. It'll be more than 1 year, because this is October, so, like 15 months. And, some people, when they, find out about human design, when they find out about it, they what they do is they listen to it, and then they just I went right deep into it. Once I realized it, I figured, wow, that day I won the lottery. When my friend James told me about this, I literally won the lottery, because if I would have won the lottery a certain other time, I probably would have spent the money. Probably I would have owed more people money. So this was the best thing, because everything from the inside is the most amazing thing. Outside is outside. Outside comes and goes. The inside stays. And so you need to know. So we don't get this instruction. When you buy a juicer, they give you instructions, and they tell you directions how to put it together, how to use it. For us, we didn't get the instructions. No way to get things going. And only what they told us and what they brainwashed with us. So they brainwashed us. They actually literally brainwashed us, and all this stuff. And so now we're coming out of it. So I moved to so when I found out, I'm kind of getting rough. When I found out about that, I decided that I was going to leave Chiang Mai, because the hermit in me was okay, but now I need to go to a place where I could use my role model. And what is a role model? What is a role model? If you tell people, oh, you should do things like this, and you should do things like this, and if you tell your children, don't smoke, smoking is bad for you, that's not going to work. They got to see it on you. You got to see the way you live. So I decided that I'm going to live my human design, my self-theme. And my self-theme, of course, is if I'm not living my self-theme, I'm angry. Oh, yeah, I've had lots of anger in my life. Lots of anger. I was angry and spowing, sending out all this anger towards the world and to people. And it wasn't a good thing. When you live your self-theme, you get, at least as a manifestor, you get rid of your anger. So right now, I have no anger. And if there's anger, it comes from anywhere. It's from the outside, because I'm not an emotional guy, so I'm getting my emotions from other people. When other people are giving me this emotion, I can magnify this 10 times more than they can, So I don't go there. When I'm with myself, I'm really cool, very nice, I have nice thoughts. And even when I'm outside, when I feel somebody's giving me their emotion, I feel it. I just walk away, and then I could see it's just going down. So I've learned how to use it. I've only been in this, not only, I've been into human design for 15 months, and I'm going deeper and deeper into it. I'm reading and I'm listening to very many tapes, and I'm doing all kinds of things, and I'm experimenting with things. Do not believe what anybody tells you. Do not believe. And by the way, believe means what? The word believe means, if I say I believe means I don't know. I believe tomorrow will rain. I don't know if it's going to rain tomorrow, but I believe it will rain. So believe is, people tell you they believe in God or something. Okay. What I do believe in, I believe and I know that there's a sun out there. And I know that the universe is there. And I know that the universe will take care of us. Always will take care of us. So being off the roof now, as this group is called the Wisdom Keepers, I'm feeling people are coming by and asking me all kinds of, questions about whatever you can think of. They're asking me because they're not understanding. And do I have all the answers? No, I don't. But I have all the questions that I have for my life. I have all the answers inside me. There's no question about that. I definitely have these answers in me. And I get by really nice. Life is really nice. I live in this really beautiful house, this private house in the jungle in this place called Koh Phangan. I live in Koh Phangan, Thailand. Is an island. It's a magical paradise island. And I had manifested this my life now. So before when I left Chiang Mai in September. I was going to go to the island, and my son asks me, "Hey, Dad, how are you going to the island?" I said, "I'm going to fly like everybody." He says, "Dad, you're not like everybody. Why are you going to fly? Ride your bicycle." Okay. My splint said, "Yes, ride your bicycle." I had 3 bikes at the same time. They were so bicycles. I sold them, bicycle, not motorcycles. Sold the bicycles, bought a really good one, a nice bicycle, and I said to myself, I'm going to take this trip from Chiang Mai, which is about 1,500 kilometers to Koh Phangan. Well, but then also you have the ocean. So I went to Champon. Champon is 1,200 kilometers. I did that in 12 days, and on the way there. I was meeting different people and telling them about human design. I didn't know much about human design. I know much more today. I still have a lot to learn. There's no question about it. But the day we stop learning is the day we die, So I learned a lot about it, as much as I can, and I keep learning more. And I kept telling people about just human design. Now, as a manifestor, my strategy is to inform people. I inform people, I impact people, and I move away. So today, my knowledge about human design is much more than it was before. So I could even inform them a little bit more. And in a year from now, I will be able to inform them even more. But I'm continuing on this road. So when I'm talking about human design, I get this energy that's just unbelievable. And I have this. My heart is defined, which means I love myself 24/7. If I do well, I love myself. If I don't do well, I love myself. Unconditionally, I love myself, which is the most important. People are looking for love outside. Look inside first. If you want to love someone, you first got to love yourself. If you want someone to love you, you got to love yourself first. Most important thing, number 1, love yourself. And in order to love yourself, maybe it's even before loving yourself, but I think they go together, is you got to be healthy. If you're not healthy, ain't nothing's good for you. You're laying in bed and you're sick, you can't move. No matter what you have, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. We don't need much. I went from, living in Hollywood with the big cars and houses and jewelry and stuff like that. I don't have any of that stuff no more. Who needs that stuff? I live on an island. It costs me less than $1,000 a month to live, and I live amazingly. I eat organic. By the way, I know I keep going back and forth to different places, but I'm just talking, because this is what life is about. We just put the stuff out, and whatever people can get from it, and if they don't get it, it's okay too. They have to find their own way. Everybody's got to find their own way. I'm just trying to make it easier for some people who are 6'2" and who are into this human design. If you follow it, you live it, your life is going to be much easier, much simpler. Simple is good. And so when I'm trying. I lost my track of thought. Well, at this age. Oh, so I eat raw food, and because I have a very strong willpower, because my heart is defined, which is only about 80% of the people. I mean, 20 or 25% of the people in this world have their hearts defined. So most people have a hard time to love themselves unconditionally. I see people on the streets all the time. I see people that are really overweight and something, and I want to say to them as a manifestor, I want to say, when did you stop loving yourself? And the next question would be, when are you going to start to love yourself? Because we need to take care of ourselves health-wise. So health-wise, we're talking about health, exercise, and the most important is the food. If you eat that meat, you eat that dairy, you eat all that rice, you eat all that homogenized processed food, not today, not tomorrow, at a certain time, you're going to go to the hospital because they're going to come up with all this kind of shit that's going to inside your body because you're putting too much acidic food in your body. Eat more alkaline. Eat fruits. Fruits is what we were meant to eat. Look at our teeth. We're not meant to eat meat and all that stuff. That stuff is garbage for us. And also, we're killing the animals for that. But that's another story that we can talk about that. So 6'2". So now I just in July I just turned 64. I got a six pack. I got a six pack at the age of 64. I walk around the island here, and people in their 20s and 30s, they don't look as good as me because I dedicate myself to keeping myself healthy, and I feel really good about it. I feel amazing about it. And also, as a role model, again, you don't need to tell people. You just show them. You just walk, and you live your life. And when you live your life, when you're living your life, guess what? People are going to see it and say, wow, it's amazing. So I stopped drinking alcohol. I used to love to drink tequila. I don't drink alcohol. I stopped smoking weed, which I smoked. I stopped all the drugs that I did. I don't do any drugs, and I don't do any alcohol, and I'm putting good thoughts in my mind all the time because I think that's important too. It's part of the thing. Eating healthy food is good. Doing exercise is good, but also having good thoughts in your mind and trying to be nice to people. Probably people will be nice back to you, As a manifestor, though, what I do is I plant seeds in people's minds because I have the 5710 and I have the 21, the 57, no, not 57, I have the 21, 51, 20, 21, is that? Which tells me that I'm here because I love humanity and I love people. And I want to help people. That's what I want to do. And so when people I'm a reflector. I'm not a reflector meaning in the human design, but I reflect. People, if you have this light around you, then you reflect. By the way, I do sun gazing. I've been sun gazing now for the last year. I sun gaze every day for about 2 hours a day. Of course, if the sun doesn't come out, I can't. But most of the time in this island, that's one of the reasons why I came to this island because I started sun gazing in Chiang Mai. Every day I gaze the sun for 2 hours, so I get this amazing energy from the sun. I haven't had shoes for almost 2 years now, going on 2 years. I threw away my shoes. I don't own a pair of shoes, and I walk around. I rode my bicycle from Chiang Mai over 1,200 kilometers with no shoes, One time I flew to Laos because I had to go change my visa. And when I went in, and when I got into got off the plane, the police guy came up to me and took me to his office because I had no shoes. And he asked me if I had any money. And so I asked him, why, you need a loan? He said, stop talking like that. Stop joking. Okay, come on, sense of humor, brother. So he asked me, and I showed him I had money. And he asked me if I have a ticket going out of Laos. I said, yes. I showed him, and so he was happy. And I said, why'd you stop me? Why'd you bring me in here? And he said, because don't ask questions, that's why. And I said, I know why, because I have no shoes. And you think you have this idea that people that don't wear shoes, they don't wear it because they can't afford, they don't have any money. Well, I have money. It's okay, no problem with that, to buy a pair of shoes. I'm doing it for health reasons. I'm doing it to ground myself because we touch electricity all the time. Our phone is in our hands. We open the refrigerator door. We turn on the lights. We turn off the lights. Everything electricity in our body. We need to ground ourselves. So I ground myself on the ground all the time. I'm always walking with no shoes. Also save money. Anyway, Benjamin, you're on the roof right now. All I can tell you is, and I can tell all you guys, is that when you get off the roof, after 50, it becomes amazing. And we always thought that, oh, if I thought about when I was like 25, 30, about being 50 and 60, I would think, wow, an old man, woo, wow, wow, that's so far away, I don't want to get there, you know. I'm 64 right now. I feel amazing. I feel so amazing. I feel so much energy from the food that I'm eating, the raw food I'm eating. I don't eat cooked food. I don't drink water, by the way. I haven't drank water. I can't remember how long. I eat my water. Watermelon. And I'm also doing a 18-6 intermittent. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating 18 hours every day. I fast. So I eat from 1 to 7, and I just eat. First thing I eat to break the fast is I eat a watermelon. Then afterwards maybe I will have some papaya or some mangoes, or make some kind of, and I make juices every day. Beet juice, I drink beet juice, carrot juice, apple juice with ginger. And basically I love myself. I love myself. Yes, I do. I really love myself. And I also love people around me, and I love wherever I'm at. Wherever I'm at is like the first time I see something. It's always for me like the first time I see something. I'm so excited about it. And for me, when I talk about human design, and when I talk about the things that I do with my life and stuff, it really generates me. It really becomes, I'm passionate about it. I'm really passionate about life, and I'm passionate about how I can help other people. I'm here to help other people. That's what I'm here for. That's why I did this video. Anyway, thank you guys very much for listening. If you're listening to me, I love you guys. And if you don't listen to me, I love you guys too. It's okay. It's up to you guys. It's all your choices. But just remember, 6'2", hermit. I live in the island here. I'm in the jungle. I can be with myself, no problem. And this is the first time, basically, that I'm by myself. The last 2 years I've been living alone on my own, and it's just amazing. My hermit is right on. And then when I need the charge, I go and become a role model. So guys, have a great day. Enjoy, and peace, love, and compassion for everything in this world. See you guys.